What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome back for the last and final time to Aurora 7. So if you haven't heard the news, this game is officially shutting down on December the 4th, one day after my birthday. So let's go ahead and take one last and final look at Aurora 7. Now this is actually a game I spent a little bit of time playing after my first impression video. As you can see, I am VIP 4. I spent some money, yeah, they got me. But one of my favorite parts about the game was the reimagined fairy tale short stories and myths of these characters, right? So we have like the Red Queen over here. We have Pinocchio. We have the Big Bad Wolf. I really like how they designed the Big Bad Wolf here. Scarecrow, Beast. Definitely when it comes to character design, this is not the reason why the game shut down, because they did a really good job here. There goes the Dark Frog Prince, Rapunzel. Let's kind of skip ahead to some of the SSRs, because that's when they start looking really crazy. All right. Jealous Little Red Riding Hood. You ain't never seen a Little Red Riding Hood that looked like that. All right. Robot Commander. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but you know what? I respect it. I really do like that design. There's Gluttony Alice. Look at that with her Tokyo Ghoul impression going. You'll love to see it. I need to get one of those masks in real life. Dark Jacqueline. Dude, the art design here is so good. Some of these, I know Thumbelina. I don't know who Goldenhorn is. Cheshire Cat there. There goes the King of Oz. Axie. Y'all know I love me a buff waifu. Look at that. Okay, Axie is, like I said, character design is not the reason why this game failed. Absolutely not. Let's just go ahead and go through all of them. There goes Lust Ariel. Under the Sea indeed. There goes Hansel, Ursula, looking a lot more slim than her normal version. There goes Trump. Okay. There's Gretel, Annie. I don't know who that one is either. Arrogant Thumbelina, Glinda, who looks awesome, and then Captain Hook. Very, very nice. So definitely character design is a really good high point for Aurora 7. But let's go ahead and jump into combat, because I think the combat was okay. You can bring in 3 characters into combat with you, but it is going to be one of those games where you kind of switch in and switch out outside of specific gameplay modes. There are some gameplay modes where everyone's out all at once, but for the most of the story, look at that. That's cool. The backgrounds did a good job too. Why did this game shut down again? Oh, I'll tell you. But some gameplay modes do allow you to kind of have multiple characters out on the battlefield at the same time. And then if you want, let's say, for example, you're going against someone that has an element type that you're weak against, this might be a good opportunity for you to be like, you know what, let me go ahead and switch to Dark Kira here in order to take advantage of elemental mismatches and things of that nature. You also have a little pet here that you can summon as well. There's multiple different types of pets that you can acquire over time. And you also have an ultimate meter here. Let's take a look at, so here's his element type. The Mad Hatter's element type is that. So Dark Kira is the right character I should be using here. I could, if I wanted to, jump out of these telegraphs and things of that nature. But for the most part, a game like this where it's so reliant on combat power, as long as you pretty much have enough combat power, you're going to be fine. Dorothy is the truth too. I didn't really look at her too much, but she's probably going to pop on the loading screen or something. I'll show you that in a second. But for the most part, as long as you have a good amount of combat power, you're going to fly through the content with no issues at all, even by eating the telegraphs like you just saw I did right there. All right, so we just defeated stage 5-3, and just like in all these hero collectors that we've seen before, you're going to go from stage to stage to stage, 3-star in each one. If you do pull off a 3-star, that unlocks the ability to do sweep functionality as well. There is no sweep tickets in this game, so once again, shout out to them. However, here's where some of the problems start to arise in Aurora 7, was how gatey and how start-stoppy all of the content in this game was. So this game was pretty notorious for saying, hey, you can't even attempt the next stage until you're like level 55. And then you'd beat that stage, and then the game would say, all right, well now you can't do the next stage until you're level 60. Now you can't do the next stage until you're level 65. So even if you had enough power to clearly defeat the next stage, the game was just really bad about just stopping you in your tracks and forcing you to kind of sit around for a couple of days, sleeping out all of your stamina, when you really just wanted to continue playing through the game and unlocking more of the gameplay modes. Speaking of other gameplay modes, I'm starting off with the Red Garden, a very typical kind of tower format style gameplay mode. And we'll go in here and do a challenge. Now, one thing I found really bizarre about this is that this gameplay mode felt like a step backwards for me, because you can't even use 3 people in this gameplay mode. You can only use 1 character, which you guys know me. I'm always gonna err on the side of being able to use more characters, not less. So only being able to use 1 character just like I said, it just feels like a step backwards when it comes to a gameplay mode. But it looks like we're going to go 1v1 against the big bad wolf here. G to the G. And just like in all these tower format style gameplay modes, you're going to go as high as you possibly can, getting rewards along the way. Thank you very much. Defeated the big bad wolf. And away we go. Once again, decent quality of life here, which will allow you to sweep all the stages that you defeated in the previous season, which once again, you definitely respect. All right, the next gameplay mode that we have up is Golden Eggs, which I thought was, you guys know, man, I hate mini games so much, but you just tap the chicken. You just tap the chicken. Every now and then, the giant will be awake and you can challenge the, oh, can we do it now? So now you can see the giant's awake. So if I come back in 30 minutes, I can actually fight the giant in co-op, which I did appreciate. That was actually an okay gameplay mode there. These golden eggs were designed to be used in the dark chapter of the story mode. So if we go over here to chapter 1, this is gonna be one of those gameplay modes where you get, you know, different types of fragments and things of that nature for your characters. The golden eggs act as a stamina replacement. So you can see these fragments here. I can sweep those 3 times, and it takes away from my golden eggs as opposed to taking away from my main stamina. I always appreciate when games do that, allow you to have different stamina for different types of gameplay mode, so you don't feel like you have less gameplay just because you're trying to power up specific characters. So our next one is going to be Dreamland. This is going to be your tried and true daily resource grind to allow you to get dream dust, light stones, gold. But this is where, once again, some mistakes start to arise here in Aurora 7, because you can't sweep them unless you use diamonds. So they know that these gameplay modes become boring, right? They know that they become repetitive and tedious, but they have the audacity to charge you diamonds to sweep through it. Come on, game. And it's really strange because the game is actually pretty decent when it comes to quality of life and sweep functionality. I don't know why they dropped the ball here. So every single day you log on, get ready to do these 3 times a pop every single day, unless you want to sweep using diamonds. So once again, that is, if you are a game developer, what you're doing to your player base right there, you are just ticking down the burnout days. You're ticking it down. You're ticking it down. Because eventually, just like in Overhit was another example of a game where it's like every day you have so many dailies that you have to do before you can actually play the game to get started. So when you do that to your game, you are, like I said, it's like a ticking time bomb. Eventually people are just gonna be like, today, I don't want to log in and do my dailies. And then today becomes 2 days. And then 2 days becomes a week. And the next thing you know, you uninstalled and you don't play anymore. That's what happens. All right, that's how it happens. So solo PvP, very straightforward. You saw that. No autoplay allowed, which I definitely appreciate. So if you really want to try your skill out in solo PvP, you absolutely can. I'm not sure why my rank is that, but whatever, that's all good. Oh my God, come on, game. Beauty Belle and Greedy Belle. Not bad. The giant challenge, we just talked about that. He's not awake at the moment. Let's see what else we have here. We have team PvP, which is always fun. Let's try to go for someone. Oh man. Oh, all right. We'll go for this guy right over here. He has 55. All right. We'll see what happens here. I'm probably going to get beat, but I want to see if we can find some of these new characters here. So there goes the Tin Man there, Thumbelina, and then there goes Hook, just getting completely like stun locked and backed up. But I wonder if we can beat this. Team PvP is completely automated, as you guys can see. The only thing you can do is watch. I always appreciate when gameplay modes have a skip functionality when it comes to this. If you can't do anything, and like right now I'm losing, I would like to just leave. I don't want this on video, but I can't. I gotta sit here and watch it. So it'd be nice if these gameplay modes that are completely automated at least have some way to skip out of it if you don't want to watch it anymore, but that is that. And you can kind of start to see, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's a lot of gameplay in this game that begins to kind of feel a little tedious. Every single day going in here and watching 6 PvP matches every single day. Think about that. Not to mention all of those daily resource grinds that you have to do every single day with no way of skipping through it, no type of quality of life involved. It starts to get a little grating. It starts to get a little tedious. And I think that's inevitably why a lot of people, including myself, we didn't hate the game, you know, we just slowly kind of drifted away from it. And I think that's kind of what happened with Aurora 7. There wasn't anything that's just like I can point to and say, this specifically is the reason why this game sucks and why no one should play it. It's not really like that. I think that a lot of us just kind of slowly drifted away from the gameplay. Let's do another one of these. Nothing much here. This feels pretty much exactly like the tower, which feels exactly like the story. I'm just beating up a boss, and that's about it. So yeah, repetitive gameplay modes, a little tedium when it comes to daily resource grinds, not enough quality of life where it counts. And I hate to say that because the game does have some decent quality of life, but I think they should have just continued to do that methodology throughout all of the gameplay modes. They shouldn't have stopped on some of them because that defeats the quality of life, right? The whole quality of life is supposed to be for your entire game, not just for certain gameplay modes, in my opinion. From that point on, Pyro Defense, Coliseum, Artifact Trials, and Demon Befall are going to be other gameplay modes that'll unlock through the future. But of course, I didn't get that far. All right, so that will do it. We'll go ahead and end the video off as we always do with a nice little summon session. But one thing I wanted to make note of, this little town hub is more active than I thought it would be, especially considering that this is one of those games that has quite a few servers. I think they went a little crazy at the very beginning because at the very beginning when this game first came out, it was quite popular. So they went a little crazy and added a lot of servers. So considering I'm on server 3, which no one, if you're a brand new player, would ever roll on a server 3, you know what I mean? You'd roll on a brand new server. So considering I'm on one of the earlier servers and there's still quite a bit of activity still going on in the game, that tells me that this game definitely probably had kind of like a very, a very dedicated niche fan base for sure, or some people that just wanted to kind of jump in and sunset the game off. So I definitely think this game company should give it another shot. I don't think they completely failed with this project. There were just a few things that they could have tweaked. Have a global server, make sure the quality of life goes through all of the different gameplay modes, and make sure that your gameplay modes actually feel different and unique. And clean up this UI, dude. Like, clean up all this UI madness. There's too much stuff going on. But let's go ahead and do a nice little gacha session here. We do have enough diamonds here, so we'll go ahead and do the special gacha. I'm gonna go for the golden book down here. Let's see, I wonder if that really makes a difference. Like, you know, it would be like super shady if you pick one of those books and it shows you what you could have gotten out of the other books. So you could be like really, really salty. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get anything good here. Hold on, do we get a crit? We have the frog prince. I ain't showing that off. Nobody cares about me showing off an R. People block me so quick. All right, we got a couple of singles. Let's go for the purple book this time. See if there's anything good in there. This is gonna be a silver card. More big bad wolf. Let's keep on drawing. Blue book this time. We're gonna go for all the different colors. Another R, I think that's beast. Let's go for this red book. And we got, it's probably an SR maybe? And there is, oh God, what is happening? I've seen this anime before. Raging Dorothy. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Nice job, I'll show that off. Oh wow, I didn't mean to, oh, let me out. I thought it meant like send out like a post to the server. So that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Once again, my name is FG3000. This was one last look at Aurora 7, which, like I mentioned, will be sunsetting on December the 4th. I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful. Little rainbow over there in the distance. Can we get a nice shot of that? Ah, nice. And a little cheek action, little rainbow action. All right, guys, I'm out. See you in the next video. Later.